What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunther Show. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and share this video. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm so honored to be sitting right across from my friend, my big brother. Without any further ado, the Gunther Show welcomes back Coach LaVell Turnage. What's going on with you, brother?
How you doing, man?
Man, it's good to see you, man.
Always, man. Always a pleasure.
Man, let me go ahead and address this, bro. I want to tell you thank you. Just because you a solid dude, bro.
Appreciate it.
You a solid dude, solid man, solid father. Something that in this community we need to continue to see a lot more of, bro. So I gotta give you your flowers on what you've accomplished, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, so here we are sitting down, Ursuline.
Yes.
You know, a place that we know very, very well.
For sure.
From the ball boy days to us teaming up a little bit, and now you are here in the coaching role, man. Just every time that you come back here, how's that? You know, how does that really feel for you?
So a lot of people ask me like, how does it feel? Like it's home, like legit home. Like so many memories in the gym, good and bad. And so just being able to walk into the gym every single day as a coach, it's not even work for me. It's just the love of the game. And so I just try to appreciate it every single day. When I see my players, when I see my coaches, when I see my managers, that's my biggest obstacle, like to let them know thank you and I appreciate everything you do. Last
year, you guys had a really great run. And it was shocking because most of the time freshmen don't come into a program and automatically go. Can you take me back through some of the highlights from last year?
Yeah. Everybody always tells me we had a pretty good year. I think it was pretty solid. 13 and 11. We started to catch our stride towards the end of the season. We had a tough schedule, but the schedule, I love it. From the Hobans to the St. V's to the Louisvilles. Like, those are the teams I want to play to see what we are capable of doing. And they're great programs, too, so I can learn from them at the same time. It was a heartbreaker to lose to Edgewood in the tournament. And so I think if we had had the opportunity to win that game, I think we had a shot of possibly getting to the district championship.
The last game always sticks with you more than anything.
Yes.
You know, do you feel that, and was there anything that you feel maybe you could have done a little better to maybe switch out the outcome?
Absolutely. I think more so it was a lot of talk around the town about the officiating and everything, but I say it was more so of what I should have been doing better in that aspect. We were up, and so by being up, I should have called timeout, gather our composure. At the same time, sometimes you get caught in a moment. And I always, my uncle always tells me, you know, year one of anything is the toughest.
It is.
And I try not to, you know, soak that in, but it's the truth. Like, year one is always the toughest. Learning my players, learning my system. And so being able for them to buy into it, I'm so grateful to have the 7 returning lettermen that we have back. And then we have some pretty good freshmen coming in that can help build this tradition back here at Ursuline.
Building upon a tradition is something that we know about really well here. You know, say what you want about sometimes things that don't really go in your favor the way that you think. At the end of the day, we know here it's all about winning.
Yes.
Plain and simple. It doesn't matter the drama, the ups, the downs. At the end of the day, you got to win. And you come into a winning program, how do you continue to build upon that legacy?
Honestly, I take away from the coaches I've learned from the past 8 years, from DJ Watson to Marlon, to Coach Brown and Cheney, to my brother. Those are the main ones. And then Coach Upshire is the one I really am thankful for the most, because he's the one that gave me opportunity. And so by just building the program at Badger and learning those 4 years and accomplish the things I want to accomplish, I want to say thank you to them, honestly, because they're the coaches I am today. Of course, at the same time, I still have my uncle on my staff and then my cousin Courtney at the next level. And so I learned from them, honestly. Like, I'm always asking questions. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to grow as a person. I'm always trying to grow as a father. So that's the biggest thing I observe when I sit back and I just take in each day.
You had mentioned the Badger years, and I remember our first sit down, you had made history because, let's just go ahead and call a spade a spade. You were the first black coach to coach some kids out there.
Correct.
And that was not easy, but when you look at the track record of what you were able to accomplish, each year you got better. You continued to grow little by little. And I know that had to feel special. That had to feel special just because of what you were able to do during your tenure there.
Definitely. The Badger will always have a special place in my heart. Even my last year was probably the funnest. And not because we were winning. It's because of the relationship I had with those seniors. I came in as they were freshmen. And so to see them graduate and see them grow, I was just like blown away. And so even to this day, I still communicate with them. I still let them know, hey, I'm still here if you need anything. And just so I'm gonna be honest. God had to put me through that situation, those 4 years, to get to where I'm at now. And everything I go through at Urshan is gonna be for the next level. And so my biggest thing is always continue to learn and grow wherever I'm at. Is it gonna be uncomfortable? Absolutely. But I always tell my players, you want to be uncomfortable in life. It gives you the opportunity to grow as a person. And so my Badger years, I'm so forever grateful. And every time I get a chance to walk back in that gym, I look on the wall and see all the things we accomplished in those 4 years. And listen, I just tip my hat off to Coach Upshire and Pat and as those guys as they give me the opportunity.
100%. You know, you've had some great players that have literally been in this locker room. And now here you are coaching another great crop of them. Mm-hmm. You know, we all know about the standouts, but we also know that as great as the standouts are, everybody has to play their role.
Correct.
You got to be a superstar in your role. Is that a message that you continue to instill in these kids?
Absolutely. One of our main quotes we use right now is just do your job. Everybody has a job they need to do. And so I don't care if you're at a school, you have the principal, you have the superintendent, you have the teachers, you have the janitor, you have the student as a whole. And so we have players on our team that have different jobs than others, but the main job everybody's going to do on our team is play defense. That's a non-negotiable that we have on the team. And so, but every player on the team has their own job to do offensively. And so that's something we instill in the girls every single day at practice as far as what we need them to do in order for us to be successful.
You had a really great first year, and we all know that the sequel most of the time is better than the original. And I know you very well. You're a very competitive guy.
I am.
Trust me, we got stories about practice for days
for sure.
that you guys will never hear about. But I think the best part is you had mentioned something right then and there. Everybody has a job to do. Yes. You know, how are you able to make sure that you're still staying on top of yours to prepare the players for success?
Listen, it starts at practice. And then after practice, I'm big on us spending as much time as possible. I always tell parents every single year at the parent meeting, your kids are going to spend more time with us than they are in the next 6 months.
So true.
And so in those 6 months, I try to make sure my players have the best time possible on and off the court. They know on the court, we're going to work hard. Off the court, we can clown, we can have fun. And so I'm learning myself more and more. Like, I can't be as strict off the court. So you're going to see me at the games. I sit next to my players. I sit down with them. I laugh with them. And I always tell them, I'm at an age right now in my life where I'm not nobody's father besides Tristan.
That's right.
But at the same time, I want them to look at me as a big brother. Look, I'm here to, let you know you're doing great. But I'm going to let you know you need to be correct at the same time. So when I say I love all my players from the bottom of my heart, I truly do.
And a lot of times it comes from a place that we know what it takes. Yes. You know, we've been in this building for so long. We saw the ups, we saw the downs, the highs and the lows. But I feel like when you take a look at all the things that all of us have been able to accomplish, that is a blessing. And now you're able to kind of, instill that into the next. The season is right around the corner. What is going to be a successful year for the Ursuline Irish basketball team?
I would be lying if I said I won a district championship.
I knew that was coming.
I think it's more important to me as a coach than a player. It's something that nobody can ever take from you. And so I want my players, every single one, to be more successful than me on and off the court. And so I know when we were in high school and we felt that feeling and we were like, oh, this is what it feels like to get a piece of that net and get that gold medal, to know that you want more. And I was listening to Gino the other day. He told a guy, he said, listen, when you play in the national championship, it's the worst day of your life. Because if you win, you're going to want more. But if you lose, you're going to do whatever it takes to get back to this moment.
That's right.
And so I'll be honest, since the district championship at Badger, it's been haunting me. And so just to get back to the big game is something that I definitely want to do for this program. At the same time, the ultimate goal is a state championship. I can't tell you when that's going to happen, but Lord willing, it'll happen sooner than later.
The season will be kicking off soon, and we all know how antsy everybody can get. The practices start to get a little bit more intense. The margin for error starts to become smaller and smaller, but that's because you place a level of expectation on your players early.
Yes.
So they understand, no, this is the standard and this is what we will continue to do. What are some of the standards that you want to continue to uphold here for these players?
As I said before, the first standard is we're going to play defense the right way. We're going to play for each other. We play a style of basketball where it's we and not I. And so just being able to instill those standards into them early. The first standard is student athlete. You take what you need to take care of in the classroom first before. Because if you can't take care of what you need to take care of in the classroom, I'm going to be honest, you can't play for me.
Right.
And because I definitely want kids that carry, high GPAs, being able to do the little things in the classroom. At the same time, being able to give back in the community. I'm not opposed to anywhere in Youngstown, Honey Valley, to give back to these young ladies. I'm a big advocate of women's basketball as a whole. And so some of the other standards are just being a great teammate, man. Just be a great teammate. Everybody has rough days, everybody has great days, but you never know when those days come upon. So at the end of the day, I'm always trying to fill up 22 cups every single day. Those are my players, 22 of them. It's very rarely that anybody fills mine up, but sometimes my players come over there and give me a high five, like, good job, Coach Bell. Like, I love stuff like that. So just being a player's coach and be able to instill these girls every single day is something I enjoy.
Coming to the end now, I understand you had mentioned about you wanting your players to give back, but how can the community give back to you guys? How can they maybe sponsor a meal? How can they maybe come in and donate some water or something of that nature? How can they do that?
They can definitely reach out to me. I'm not postal at all. You can find me on social media, Mr. Turnage 3 on Instagram, Twitter, on Facebook as LaVell Turnage. It would be a good thing for our girls program to give back. We don't turn away donations, some sponsorships, whatever you may do, but anything is welcome. If you just want to come in and say hello, we definitely appreciate it. Make sure all my players come up to you, introduce yourself, and then go from there.
One of the last questions I got to ask you. Now, I understand the coach side of Coach Turnage, I really do.
Yes.
But the player side of us never really dies. If any of these young girls tried to challenge you maybe to a game of 50 or a quick game of one-on-one, how do you think that you would do against them, especially right now?
1-on-1 that nobody ever went, but 50-wise, we got some good shooters on the team. I'll say at least 3 can shoot the heck out of the basketball. And I'm not just saying high school range, college, we shooting in WNBA range too at the same time. So there's a few, but the competitive side, I won't, really allow myself to lose the game, but
at all.
At the same time, like sometimes I gotta give them nuggets and say, yeah, beat me, and it doesn't bother me. It's like my son Tristan playing the video game. Sometimes I gotta let him win, just to make him feeling good, pump his chest up a little bit,
get the confidence going. Yeah. Appreciate you for your time, man. Thank you, Coach. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Be sure you guys like and share this video. Coach Turnage on the Chris Gunther Show. Keep my theme song. I'll see y'all next time.